Haul the spaceships to Davenport. Prepare for Divanarchy. An interface with a couch in space. Space couch time once again. And I feel the warmth of the universe in my heart. Or maybe that's just radiation from the sun that will kill me. Either way, happy to have you here, and am more than happy to have advertisers this week. Brand new Liger Hawk Records, ligerhawkrecords.bandcamp.com. You want to check out 8-Bit Panda Strikes, cover of Devo's Mongoloid. It goes off. Then you want to check out Collision of Spirits from Invictus. It's great. New one from Tommy Tantrum, Rolling Coal. He gets a little political. Then there's our Panda and His Uke with Narcissistic Nepotists. And, of course, Gasoline and Vertebrate covered the Hulk Hogan theme, Real American. And then there's Liger Hawk. Enter the Octagon 3, our free sampler compilation. Check that out. It's great. Also, the amazing Super 7, the best action figures in all the land. If you're a big old giant nerd like me, you want to go to super7.com/spacecouchshow. You know I'm always picking up stuff from them. This is called Blood, but it's like two umlaut O's, so it's like Blood, but it's like a rock star they made out of plastic vampire teeth. It's awesome. It's one of my favorites. Also, one of my favorites is today's guest. This is going to be great, and we're going to catch up a little bit, and we're going to talk about his new album and all sorts of stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome... Bow, we're back from
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's going on, man? Well, good to see you again after a number of years. I live in space now, so, you know, thank you for coming all the way up into the beyond the stratosphere. But we can start out here with a little segment I like to call Describe Your Vibe. How would you describe your own offerings or Deviated Ascension as a concept?
Oh, great. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be on your show. I'll say, well, my sound has definitely changed over the years. Initially, I created, more like ambient, ethereal sounding stuff.
Okay.
But then I figured out how to get more of an aggressive, like stumpier sound, and so I would say it's like a cold wave trip down a shaft of hell.
That's good. That's good. We'll cut in a clip here. I love that there's like motion in your description, because like each song is like 10 songs. There's like all over the place on every Deviated Ascension.
Yeah, I try to go like back and forth.
You get
like guitar-driven song and like more.
I gotta take a nap after I listen to one of your tracks, especially track. I think it's 5 has some handsome gentleman doing guest folks. It's me.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, that's a guy there. Like
So that was cool. Thank you for that. But like. I mean, it's like cold wave, yes, metal, yes, ish, but like, I didn't know that you started out atmospheric, but that makes sense because there's these really creepy, like, is he going for like an atmospheric track? Like, and then I'll go to all right. So like, thank you for solving that mystery for me.
Oh yes, of course.
I'm going to break a Space Couch rule and ask about your band name. I try not to do that because it's like the common interview question, right? But I don't know what it means. Tell me to what does Deviated Ascension refer?
Oh yeah, no problem. I can tell you all about it. I'm like, like 13 years ago, I started this like this old ethereal band called like This Ascension. They definitely had like a big influence on my project's name.
Okay.
As I thought the word ascension has such a prolific ring to it.
Right.
Like I say, Deviated Ascension refers to my idea of like deviating from the norm musically.
Oh, okay.
To ascend spiritually and successfully. Like, so instead of like This Ascension, I was like, Deviated Ascension. I felt like that had a ring to it.
I love it. Well, Next on my hit sheet, as we've alluded to before, Ciphers of a Draconian Nation is out
Yes.
now, everybody. You can get it
Hmm.
at
Yeah.
Bandcamp. It just deviatedascension.bandcamp.com. Yeah?
Yes.
All right. Everybody go there, check that out. It's great. I'm curious, does anything characterize this album, or because like what I tend to do is like kind of do like a theme but not really, maybe just like 10 tracks, there's your album. Is there anything unifying on this, or is it more the latter?
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, it's the album is to reflect and mirror like the woes of society, and for those who are like curious, who for those who like conscious media actually, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and for those who just like dramatic music and
Mm-hmm.
horror, it's not like the most serious like album, but
Sure,
like
yeah, no, I mean that's great stuff. I so there is a the sort of culmination of it being from the ambient side to this more cold wave
metal side, yeah, that's right,
metal,
yeah.
and it's called Ciphers of a Draconian Nation, everybody. So what are you gonna do, not get it? It's like the dopest album name ever. um, I'm curious how it manifests for you physically when songwriting. Like, do you start in the DAW usually, or do you just like come up with like a hook, like when you're stuck in traffic, or how does that work for you?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh well. What difference from my previous releases in that it's the most mature album out
Hmm.
of like the eight, as it has
Oh,
like more
okay,
guitar
this is your
tracks.
eighth album then. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just I'm just like I love music, so
Hell yeah,
and
man.
Cashier, it has like Cashier like power noise like bangers on it,
Uh,
and and like I tried to figure out a lot of the songs are more um close, like has like this like like yeah, you just like close the airlock feel to it,
nice.
if it makes any sense, and
My eyeballs are
yeah, like
freezing over as we speak.
that, and like and yeah, I write all the music from like the comfort of my apartment actually,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
and I never sat on the bus or like written any music or lyrics,
Okay.
as I like to like stay aware or aware of my surroundings on these like busy Chicago
Okay.
streets.
Right. Probably the
Yeah,
best that you.
but I do find like writing myself writing lyrics and tracks, at night as after I'm finished with like like working like running errands and
Right.
stuff.
Totally.
But yeah, it almost always starts in like the DAW,
Right.
and
That is
I'm writing
digital
process
audio
very
workstation for you at home.
yes,
Sorry. Go ahead.
audio. Yeah, yeah. My writing process varies because sometimes I do things the standard way, and start manipulating like percussion and and later move on to synths, or maybe it's like the other way around to like
Okay.
change things. And, I like to like mix it up that way to see all the creative ways my brain can think.
Cool. Cool.
You know,
Cool. Yeah.
and yes, that's
I mean, it makes
uh,
sense if your output is that varied that your starting points would be all over the
uh,
map. Do you think we'll see Deviated Ascension live?
oh yeah, oh gosh, it's kind of hard to say, as I like, played a couple of one man shows
Oh,
for
have you? Okay.
that done like booking agency, ages ago. But
Right.
I've always wanted the project to be more of like a online thing, similar to
Okay.
like like the Luna Sequence project, where
Oh,
you
okay.
either know about it or you like don't. But like, I mean, I still want like the world to listen to it. I'm just saying that I kind of
Sure.
like, I'm just saying,
If that's
it
the
goes,
the gestalt of it
yeah,
is this
yeah,
online
yeah,
sort of thing.
and that like, yeah, and it goes with this age of technology where everything is like digital, so I
Sure,
kind of
sure.
everything being digital. Yeah, and I like how like one person bands like the Luna Sequence come out with great music, but they don't really socialize about it
Right.
much. The internet or whatever like that, like what I mean, like
Yeah, yeah, like Aphex Twin or something, where it's just this like hobbit in a cave that comes out every like 12 years. And goes,
uh-huh.
ah,
Yes,
music,
that's
and
right.
runs back in. I mean, that's how I assume he talks. I don't know. I never heard an interview with music.
Right,
I've just
like
decided that Aphex Twin's a hobbit. Um, well, you
uh-huh.
sent me, and let me know if this is we can keep this in, but you sent me a video for some really cool stuff. Tell me about your upcoming role
uh,
in High Rate Extinction.
oh yeah, Hiring Extinction. That's a great band. Um, well, it's a pleasure to be invited to like play in Hiring Extinction. The singer and I had the chance to hang out and talk things over and get to know each other over
Okay,
the
cool.
past like couple weeks. And yeah, so the cool thing about like my upcoming role in it is that I'll be doing everything. Oh yeah, I finally like yeah. It's just like I finally don't have to like completely like stress myself out by like doing like everything and like maybe like learning some like super technical guitar work or something like
Right.
that or trying to realize like luckily I will be like mainly like running samples and playing a
Okay,
little
cool.
synth and
Electronics
doing some
guy,
like
it's the
second
best.
yeah and doing like some second guitar stuff
Okay.
you thought that we feel like
We'll cut in
really like
some high rate extinction here, but Chicago's own,
uh,
soon to be featuring our wonderful space guest, uh, Willie on the stuff. You play stuff.
yeah stuff and
Uh,
stuff all day.
well, speaking of Chicago, as my fellow ex Neoite, I miss my old stomping grounds. Like, what's going on in Chicago these days? What's cool in the old Second City?
No, what I would say is like I mean, uh, well, I guess nothing will ever like replace like Neo or Exit. It's
Right.
still rumors that maybe like one of them, the Exit will
Those
like
are
start.
gone for you at home. Those are legendary clubs now.
Yes, yes, there. Yeah, it's,
86th.
it's really sad. They don't
Yeah.
like shit. Like yeah, and but yeah, I would say like Chicago is still the same old hustle and bustle city.
Dig it.
And I would say there's like Bally's Casino for like those who like to gamble. Like
Okay.
it's just out there.
You can gamble within the city limits now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's new since I left. There's always like all the casinos like right on the Indiana border. Like as soon as you went over to like,
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, so,
now
yeah,
you can
things
do
are
that
like
in Chicago. All right, cool. I
that
didn't
way
know
so
that. I
far.
was not aware of that. Well, um,
And now I was gonna say that
oh yeah,
I think the venue, the Radius in Chinatown is pretty rad since it's
okay.
little spacious and a lot of bands, you know,
Never been there.
come through and play there and everything. So
Sounds
yeah, the
pretty
Radius is
rad.
really
Yes. All right,
yeah.
cool. I great. Check out the radius, everybody. I don't even know where to go to get a gig in Chicago. Not that they would book me, but now I know. Well, speaking of the city of three-way intersections, we're about to go to an intersection of our own with everybody's favorite feature, radiation round. Call that because lightning is exceedingly rare in space, although it's basically a lightning round. Say whatever you want, no wrong
Yeah,
answers. We'll
yeah.
start out with the Space Couch Classic. Freddy, Jason, or Mike Myers?
I would go with Jason.
Jason. Star Trek or Star Wars for you?
I would go with Star Wars since I'm just like more of a geek than a nerd. Even though some people consider me more of a nerd, like I don't know, so I'll
Oh,
pick Star
that's
Wars.
we don't make that's a pretty fine distinction. But we'll go Star Wars by a hair. And then for the Chicagoan, thick or thin crust pizza for you?
I would say I prefer thin crust pizza because I
That
like
is the
to have
right
a good
answer,
time
actually.
eating my food and
Yeah,
you know
that
not like
I will
saucy.
often say there's no wrong answer on radiation round, but a lot of the times there is, and that thin crust is the right answer. So from the top, we have Jason, Star Wars by a hair or by a bantha hair, and then thin crust pizza.
Yes.
Perfect. So now we'll move on to hypothetical spectacle. This is where we like get weird and just think of like a weird scenario.
I see.
Um,
Yeah.
so for this,
Okay.
so four of your biggest musical influences, right, have decided to rob a bank. I need to know who's
All
going to
right.
be the getaway car driver, who's going to be like the smooth operator, like Face Man, like he talks to the teller, like that guy. Um, the high tech hacker guy and the low tech, like old school safecracker guy with the stethoscope. So, getaway car driver, smooth operator, high tech, low tech. Who do you got?
Okay, yeah, sure. So yeah, like my people like kind of it's a bit of a range. This isn't just
Hell
like
yeah.
industrial people,
Yeah,
but it's
with no
also
judgment, it's space.
or yeah. Well, like I mean, yeah, I would sort of say like I would have Bill Lev from Frontline Assembly as the getaway car driver
Okay, yeah,
because
he's totally the getaway car driver.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because he looks so normal and mature and like probably wouldn't raise any
You
suspicion.
wouldn't
Like
raise it. He says, like, whoo. Like every time he passes the car, he does that, whoo. And all right, so Bill Leave is the getaway car driver. He's driving a mech, of course.
right.
The mech virus, or an air mech. What? Okay, who do you got for the smooth operator?
Oh gosh. Okay, so for the smooth operator, I mean, I would use Kim Susi from Unearthed as the smooth operator because has a great personality and looks and could possibly talk to anyone to doing anything.
All
In
right,
my opinion,
cool,
that
cool,
guy.
cool, cool.
I know it's weird. It's like I don't like
I don't know. On Earth, are they like a metal band or what?
yeah, they're like it's like metalcore band. They're from
Metalcore. Okay, cool.
yeah, where you're at. Yeah, Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, yeah, they're yeah. It's
Oh yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I thought
I'll have
maybe
to
it's
check that. Well,
but
I mean, I moved from Boston.
man, we
I'm in
get back to
Tennessee
like an
now.
industrial person, like I am, but like
There's
that's what
no
I'm comfortable with.
judgment here. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna,
okay.
how dare you say anything besides industrial? That's the only thing that ever existed. Blah, blah, blah. No, it's fine, dude. All right. So, high tech guy with all the screens and shit around him.
Okay, yes. For the high tech hacker guy, I would go with uh, I would go to Abasi from Animal as Leaders because I mean his technical precision on guitar says it all about what type of hacker he would be.
Okay. Oh yeah. Like,
Yeah, because he's like he took it to like the next level with like
oh yeah, he's just like
the
he's like
eighth string.
type tapping
Yeah.
like the coolest part of fucking Ghost in the Shell when the guy's fingers split into like the keyboard. Like, but he would do that for real. And finally, the old school low tech safe tracker guy.
Oh yeah, of course. And front 242
Nice.
would be the safe cracker because they're old school.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They would assassinate that, and yeah, the getaway helicopter would be circling overland. I don't even know. From the top, we have Bill Lieb as the getaway car driver, the guy from Unearthed as smooth operator. I forgot his name. The high tech guy, the Bossy.
Oh yeah, Bossy, yeah, from
Bossy, yeah,
Animal.
and then
And then like the
all
guy
of
from
front
Front
242 is got stethoscopes, and
Yeah,
the
animal
combination on the safe is of course 242.
yes.
How did we just not start with this? They'll say. Awesome. So that was hypothetical spectacle. And what's next for the mighty Willie Mack? Now that Ciphers of a Draconian Nation is out.
Oh, all right. Well, what's next for me is promoting like Surface of Draconian Nation. I hope you all like go online and like purchase this album and like I need all the support is greatly appreciated. It means
He does.
so much
Check
and,
out
like,
the Breach and Clear single,
all these
and
other artists on Bandcamp and
you have homework, Space Couch Kateers.
and and that and like working things in high rate extinction. So yeah.
Okay, yes, we'll check. We'll keep our digital ears to the digital ground. Although no, because you'll be live, we can keep our analog ears to the analog ground. I don't even know how it works anymore. I'm on a couch in space, but that's going to be cool.
Like no gravity.
What's that?
No, just saying like there's no gravity.
There's
right?
no. I'm
Like,
just floating around. And
yeah.
right. So what did we learn today? Deviated Ascension is a cold wave shaft to hell. That's pretty cool. We learned that the new album Cyphers of the Draconian Nation is out. If you ever wanted to just fly through industrial space on the event horizon musically, you just get that album. Composed often in the DAW, maybe live, kind of working on it. Definitely live. Check out High Rate Extinction, new club called Radius in Chinatown. Oh, and you can gamble in Chicago. Jason, Star Wars thin crust pizza. Why thick crust pizza? It's just a bunch of calories that make you hate yourself. And then we have possibly one of the coolest hypothetical spectacle bank robberies of all time, with Bill Lieb as the getaway car driver, and Front 242 as the safecracker guy, with metalcore bands hacking and face matting their way all over the place. It's going to be amazing. Cyphers of a Draconian Nation is out now. If you see him in Chicago, say hi. It's my buddy Willie Mack. Anything you want to tell the people before we check out?
Say hi. I'm friendly.
He's very friendly, everybody. He only bit me once. I'm kidding. He's very friendly. It cost me $50. So I'm gonna punch out here unless you want to throw anything out to the people.
All right, yeah, for sure, yeah, that's
All right, cool.
Yeah, so just, take care, awesome. Everyone.
Take care, everyone. Space Couch out. And then this is my Space Couch outro here.